staying with this, up to 12,000 Australians live in Israel. One of those is Arsen Ostrovsky, who joins us live from his home in Tel Aviv. Arsen, thank you for joining us. Just take us through the situation there at the moment. Many saying it's going to get worse before it gets better.
Yeah, mate. Look, I think what I have to say is probably not exactly for breakfast television. What we've seen in the last few days, you can only describe as a absolute carnage, massacre, the likes of which Israel has certainly never seen before. What we've witnessed is children being snatched from their parents. We've seen elderly women, Holocaust survivors in wheelchairs, being dragged out into the street. We have seen young women stripped naked, pillaged, raped, thrown on the back of utes like cattle. We've seen entire families who have been burnt alive and shot in cold blood. And then today.
It is just horrific, Arsen. You're a father of two young girls.
Matt, if I can just finish, because I think your viewers need to know this. What happened today, the Israeli Defense Forces uncovered in one of the villages in the southern Israel the bodies of 40 babies, many of whom had their heads decapitated. This is the kind of monstrous evil and savagery that Israel is facing. Hamas is a brutal, bloodthirsty terrorist organization. Australia's designated them as a terror group, but this is basically ISIS. They're even worse than ISIS, and what we've seen is just really an unspeakable evil.
Arsen, you're a father of two young girls. We can see images now of you hiding away in a stairwell where you live during the moments of those initial attacks. One of your daughters turns to you and says, "Why do they hate us so much? Why are they doing it to us?" How do you explain it to them?
It's tough. It's tough. I mean, look, as a parent, I don't know if you're a father, but look, as a parent, your primary duty is to protect, to defend your children. That's it. And, you know, on Saturday morning when, you know, most people are still asleep, we got woken up by a siren with two young girls, 2.5 and 6.5. And, you know, we ran into their room. I picked up the youngest one, 2.5, from her crib. She was still asleep. My wife picked up the other one, and we rushed to the bomb shelter. But because we live in an apartment building, we don't have enough time to get to the actual bomb shelters. So we congregate in the stairwell, and then you hear this thunderous, loud boom, which we know is a rocket somewhere in our vicinity, and hopefully being intercepted over our heads. And you have to explain this to your daughter, to your child. Why are they doing this? And it's horrific. No parent ought to be able, you know, no parent ought to have this kind of discussion with their child.
Arsen, our thoughts are with you. We know that you're from Sydney, from Bondi. You've been there for 10 years, so your story is directly connected to Australia. We wish you all the best. Thanks for your time today.
Cheers. Thanks, mate. I appreciate that.
Here's Nat.